a reflecting on 2017 video. This video is going to be really personal and basically some of the challenges and everything that I went through and had to overcome throughout the year 2017. So let's go ahead and get started. Proudest moment of the year. And my proudest moment of the year would, honestly, I would have to say getting a bid from the sorority that I really wanted a bid from. So just because it just made me feel really proud about myself, I guess. I really don't know. But I was really happy when I got my bid, and I was super excited to have a lifelong friendship with these girls that also got bids. So it was really exciting and something I was really fortunate enough to receive. All right, next question is most embarrassing moment of the year. I would have to say I don't really know. I feel like it's gonna be it was either my mom or my sister made me laugh really hard that I peed myself at a family event or something. Elizabeth, was it Thanksgiving? Or was it Christmas?
Christmas.
It was Christmas?
Yeah.
What happened? I peed myself. Do you want to come tell the story?
No.
Alright, so next is funniest moment of the year, which I'm actually going to go on Snapchat because I have some pretty funny videos from my siblings and the kids I babysit, so we're going to find one. So basically a funny moment that I had is either of my sister dancing, or one of the little boys that I babysit. If it loads. So those were all pretty funny moments that we got to experience. Your biggest achievement of the year. So last year, I guess earlier, my swim season goes for last year went 16, 17. So at the beginning of 2017, I wasn't cleared to swim, but now I am. So that was probably one of the biggest achievements I had this year, was actually knowing what's wrong with my knee and being able to rehab it and everything so I can swim for a full year, which is pretty exciting. Best moment of the year? Best moment. I don't know. I have no idea. Best moment. Best moment would have to be, best moment of this year was being able to go to St. Louis and spending, the week in our family's lake house and being able to see my cousins that I haven't seen since they were born, which is super crazy. So, they're already 3 now, and we just saw them for, the second time this past summer, so that was obviously pretty exciting moment. And I'm just a really big family person, and I love spending time with my family, so it really, I really enjoyed that. Most challenging thing this year, definitely school-wise. I took a couple of really hard classes, and just being able to pass them was really just something that was challenging, just like trying even to pass them. But I'm really happy that I did, and I overcame that challenge. Best holiday memory. Oh, I remember what it was. My brother Michael, who has a YouTube channel, tried to set me on fire with his friends on 4th of July.
Oh yeah, that's what he said.
They asked me to like help them light something, so I come outside with the lighter, and they have like a handful of like the sparklers and stuff, and they light them, and he throws them at me, and I was just like, what? So, best advice you heard this year. I think the best advice I've heard this year definitely is doing your best and like I don't know, crap, I forget what it was. Do your best and like you will be basically, I don't know. Basically do your best, because my mom always tells me to do that, or like I need to stop being negative. So most grateful for this year. I'm definitely grateful to be able to come home a lot and spend time with my family, because I do only live an hour. I only go to school an hour away, which is not horrible, but it is definitely hard sometimes. Favorite family memory of the year. Favorite family memory. Every year, our Christmas tree has fallen down, and this is the only year it has not fallen down, so. Or no, it did fall down this year.
It fell down like a million times. What do you mean?
Okay, well, I wasn't here for those, so it did fall down?
Last year didn't fall down.
Last year it did fall down. So, alright, I guess our tradition continues. Our tree has fallen down. We also take really, like, we fail at taking Christmas pictures, and it's really funny, so that's also a memory. Biggest regret this year definitely is not, I wasn't involved in a lot of stuff this year, and I didn't put myself out there as much, and I really needed to do that, and like just be like more involved in stuff, and like getting to know people. I kind of stayed like really close to myself a lot this year, which I usually do that, and that's my goal for next year, is be more of an extrovert instead of an introvert, because I feel like it will definitely help me like more socially. Most excited for this year. I'm really excited for new adventures. I really like traveling, and I want to try and travel some more. What else? I'm excited for summer. I'm really excited for summer because I'm tired of the snow already. I love snow, but I'm like tired of it. I'm so cold. I didn't bring enough winter clothes. Best thing you learned this year. Best thing I learned this year definitely is to not let what other people say bother you or try to like influence how you look at certain things in your life, just because like I have had a lot of people say some negative stuff about me throughout the year, and I just learned to not kind of take what they say to heart and kind of just let it slide, because obviously it's only affecting them, it's not affecting me. one thing to work harder on next year. I'm definitely going to try and work harder on being more consistent with YouTube videos, because obviously I tried to do Vlogmas and that worked out pretty well until I went to Florida, and then I kind of fell behind from there. But definitely I need to think of like a set filming thing. So I have 2 videos to upload already. But yes, just definitely be more consistent with YouTube. The biggest change you made this year, the biggest change I made this year was I learned how to love myself and how to put my personal needs and like my mental health and all of that before anyone else's needs. So I definitely learned how to put my own personal and mental health before other people's. So like I also didn't go out and drink and party as much as I did last year. So that also had a really big effect on me. So yeah. Best gift you received this year. Best gift I received this year would be my we have a trip for Florida for my swim team every year, and basically it's super expensive to pay for, and my parents help pay for a good chunk of it, and I'm always super thankful because they're helping me get better, and they get to watch me do something that I love to do, and it wouldn't be possible without like their love and support. So I'm super thankful for being able to go on that swimming trip and swim very hard for a good week while being in Florida, while being like in the sun and getting tan, and like just having a great new experience and like new swimming environment. So I'm really thankful for that, and I hope that next year and my senior year I will be able to help pay for more than I pay for now, just to save my parents a little bit of money during the holiday season. A new friend you made this year. So I met a friend in February through Instagram, and we've become like really good friends, and we've grown really close with each other. We like grew kind of like in a relationship kind of way, but not really, since this person does live like across the country, but we've really grown together, and we like know each other's backgrounds and like where we came from and everything like that, like what you would do while you're getting to know someone. And it's been a really great year. I got to see this person over like my birthday weekend in November, which was super exciting, and I really love to get to spend time with this person. But this person has definitely changed like my outlook on life, and basically changed like my whole year for me. So it was a really great person to come into my life. Most inspiring person you met this year. I guess it could be the same person. So I'm gonna say the same person that I just answered in the last question, just because this person was so inspiring, and like they really believed in me and what I could accomplish, which I never believed in myself before I met this person. So just the fact that it took them like a couple months to get to know me and like get to know who I really am and what I really want to do with my life, and for them to say that they believe in me right off the bat was something really extraordinary, and made me feel really good about myself. One word that describes this year, I'm gonna say eventful. It was a really eventful year this year for me. An unexpected obstacle this year. We had an unexpected obstacle was a boy I went to high school with died in a car crash this summer, and it basically tore our whole community apart. We didn't know, like, he was coming home from a baseball game, and it was a freak accident, and really no one knows what happened and anything, but it definitely tore my family apart. It tore our community apart, and it was just really hard for me to bounce back from that situation because he was so close with our family, and he played on the same baseball team with my brother, and it just, like, I still have days where I'll see something. I'm really good friends with his older sister too, so I'll see something that, like, she posts, like, she keeps posting, like, all these wonderful memories that she has with him, and I just, like, it hurts to be reminded of that, but at the same time, it's something that, like, is so, just, like, carries his memory on with us, that, like, it makes me feel so happy, but at the same time, I just struggle with trying to find the words to, like, explain how I feel about situations like this. And just stuff that happens, like tragedies and everything. I can't handle tragedies very well, and I'm really trying to hold back tears right now, just because it is, like, he's 16 years old. He had so much more of his life ahead of him, and it's just sad to see someone that you grew up knowing and grew up, like, being friends with and going to school with, and, like, not seeing them every day in the hallways anymore. And it's just really, really hard to just kind of cope with some of the things that happen. I, like, went to work one day, and, like, I came home, and my mom just, like, told me, and I, like, cried for I don't even know how long. I cried and I cried and I cried. Another unexpected obstacle that happened is my neighbor was murdered as well. So it just, someone close, like, close to our community, again, close to my family, like, just taken like this, and it's crazy to think of, like, how something like this can change your life forever. And I know this mom is gonna have to live with it forever, and she struggles every day to kind of cope with why it happened, how it happened, and struggling now, like, to make a living for her 3 kids now that don't have a father figure in their life. And I'm so thankful for, like, opportunities and everything, and, like, the fact that my family is together and safe. But I know that both of these families have, like, great support systems and a great loving community that we all back them up and we provide for them when they're down in times like this. So, that's something that definitely affects me, and I'm, like, literally trying to hold back tears. It's really hard. for me to talk about stuff like this. Next question. An unexpected surprise this year. So we're going to go on a happier note now. And my swimming. I was put in a race of a 200 breaststroke. I don't know if you non-swimmers know that, but that's 8 laps of breaststroke, and that like literally kills. So I had an okay time. I think I went like a 3:08 or something. And then that was the first time I ever swam it. And then the next meet I swam it at, I dropped a total of 11 seconds, which that's pretty crazy to drop that amount of time in such a short time frame. So that was really surprising, and with my knee injury, I didn't think I was going to be able to do it, and then to be able to compete in it and drop that much time, it was pretty exciting. Best place you visited this year. This year was gonna have to be the lake house in St. Louis. It was so pretty, and I just love like being in that aspect of things, like nature and just kind of relaxing. This is really annoying, I'm sorry guys. Relaxing and being like away from the rest of the world. I love stuff like that. So next question, place you want to visit next year. I really want to try and visit some new like hiking places and like cabiny places. We never really done anything like that, but I love hiking, love all that kind of stuff. Something new to try next year. Oh, I want my brother to teach me how to play the bass. My brother has a string bass, like an orchestra bass, and I want him to teach me how to play it because he taught Elizabeth, my younger sister, how to play it, and I wanted him to teach me how to play it. A new skill you learned this year. I don't even know if I have any skills, like... Oh, new skill I learned this year. I taught myself how to sew. I had a sewing kit and everything, did not know how to sew. So that was my new skill I learned. Pretty exciting. I learned how to sew. Every 20-year-old should know how to sew. That question, because I literally don't know a skill I learned this year. New skill to learn next year. New skill to learn next year. I am pretty like okay at painting, but I want to like kind of take my skills to the next level and like more artistically paint, like more artistic skills basically. Biggest obsession this year. I'm like looking at people's Instagram like themes. I've been like obsessed with like themes, like Instagram themes, like holiday themes, that kind of stuff. I don't know, I'm weird. Literally been obsessed with them. Best book you read. I read the book Everything this year, and I was completely obsessed with it. I also read the book Wonder. Loved it. That book and movie had such like, it was so great. Best food you ate this year. My mom makes really good tacos anytime I come home, so I'm gonna say my mom's tacos because they are A1. Like, I want her recipe. I'm gonna make them for the rest of my life. Best TV show you watched this year. Definitely, hands down, Riverdale. I'm freaking obsessed with that show. Me and my brother watch it. I cannot wait for season 3 to come out. I'm so freaking pumped. Best viral video you saw this year. I wasn't as into like the viral video stuff and like the memes as my brother is, so I can't really answer those two questions because I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff. It's not as interesting to me. Best movie you saw this year, definitely would have to be Wonder. Again, that movie was so inspiring and like literally I don't think I've cried through an entire movie ever before in my life. But I definitely bawled my eyes at that whole entire movie. Just because, like... Same? Did you really cry throughout the whole entire movie?
Like half of it.
I bawled, like, the entire movie. Like, I should have brought tissues. Like, I bawled through the whole entire thing.
So I cried on...
Do you have pants on or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have my tail on. I was gonna, like, do this.
Okay, do that.
So,
Elizabeth, so I have a question for you now, since you do more. So, what's the best viral video you saw this year?
I don't know.
You don't know? What's the best meme you saw this year?
This was pretty funny when I first saw it, but now I get old. It's a dog meme, and it's have you ever been so happy / excited that you become a peacock? Because it's a dog and it's just like their tail's just like...
Okay, I'll insert it right here if I can find it. Right here. Best song you heard this year. Definitely fell in love with Ed Sheeran's Perfect. That song was probably the best I heard. What about you, Elizabeth?
That and Whatever It Takes by Imagine Dragons.
Okay. What's the worst song you heard this year?
Look What You Made Me Do.
Look What You Made Me Do. I got real tired of the song Despacito.
Yeah.
Real fast. I was like, oh, this is so catchy. And then I heard it for like the millionth time and I was like, nope, I'm done. I was like, over it. It's a good song though. Like, I'm just kind of over it. If you guys have not heard the I Wear Speedos version of that song though,
it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. I'll link it down below. You guys definitely should go watch it. Okay, what's the worst movie you saw?
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard and I've seen a lot of trailers, and the trailers are horrible, but it's an Emoji Movie.
The trailers for the Emoji Movie?
And
I'm going to go off of that it didn't come out this year. Actually, it might have, but I watched it on Netflix, and it was Sausage Party. That movie, scarred for life. Like,
no, honey, no.
That was disgusting. Like, I never want to watch anything like that again in my life. It was horrible. It was...
Oh, my kitty.
It was horrible. Don't recommend it. Like, it was literally a 0 out of 10. It was horrible. A little bit of a sneak peek of what happened in my 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below some videos that you want to see for next year, or even maybe...